Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Boss Rush Podcast, a great place to play games and be better. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Dirrig, and alongside me, as always, is the PC muscle race himself, LeRon Dawkins.
Hey, everybody, what's poppin'?
LeRon, what's on your shirt? Does it say Cajun crab?
Crawling crab. This is the very first 5K I ever ran. Back in 2018. I don't run. That's but this is one of the most. Yeah, this is one of the most comfortable shirts I've ever gotten.
I have shirts like that. It's fun. I love a good comfortable shirt. Speaking of a comfortable shirt, also here's PK Power Pat Klein.
And straight, I am an extra large shirt, baby. I'm the best comfort you get.
Hey, you wear it well. You wear it well.
This black t-shirt's an extra large tall. Oh,
that's right. Because you're
extra large.
You're like some freakish height, aren't you? You're like 6'7" or some shit like that, right?
I'm 6'5". It's not that tall.
And
We've been over this before. We're almost the same height. We're like the same.
You've got me about 2 inches, man, and I'm a little jealous.
We're the same. Can't you see?
Hey, I have some good news to report.
Uh-oh.
I had a 48-hour stomach bug last week, so guess who lost 14 pounds?
Yay! Not me.
And guess who kept it? And guess who kept it off an entire week for their doctor's appointment?
You did.
Mm-hmm.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's almost like I kind of sort of want another one to lose another 14 pounds, and then I'll only be 9 pounds away from my goal weight.
What you need to do is you need to walk barefoot in Africa and pick up a tapeworm.
That sounds.
But then I wonder if all this loose skin because I'll lose it too fast.
Well, you gotta pick and choose. You can't just.
And it's not even like I have a lot. It's not even like I've been carrying around a lot of blubber either. But I've seen how emaciated those people with that wind up with some type of parasite. It's like. Congratulations, you lost the weight, but now you have a new problem because now you look like the Mummy.
The Mummy 4, 2028, May 14th.
How'd they get Rachel Weisz back in this?
Because her career tanked and nobody wants her to do anything anymore. So,
and you got Brendan Fraser, so it's of course she's coming back.
Everyone
loves Brandon.
Well, Brendan Fraser stuck around 2 movies longer in the series than she did because
no, just one.
Oh, was it one? I thought it was 2.
She wasn't in the Dragon Emperor.
The one with their kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, Dad, a new mommy. Yikes. That hits home for some people. Anyways, not important. The Mummy, very exciting. I like that series a lot.
Isn't there a horror movie, a new horror movie, Mummy? That's who's making it? Some really famous horror guy that's known for his gore. Some director.
Some director.
Mummy 2026.
Tom Cruise did that weird reboot one. That was.
Let's see, Lee Cronin.
Lee Cronin. That sounds like a pseudonym by itself.
Sounds.
He's the guy who's. I think he's doing the Evil Dead reboot.
Mm-hmm.
Evil Dead reboot? Didn't they already reboot it?
They rebooted like 3 times now.
And doesn't what's his face just keep coming back? Bruce Campbell?
No.
That's his name, right?
No. Bruce Campbell has not been the last 2 iterations of it.
I don't know. Oh, he was in the show they did, right? They did a show that was
Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Ash vs.
Evil Dead. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the more recent Evil Deads are like not campy and like just gore porn. What do you call that?
Gore porn?
It doesn't sound right.
No, I mean,
torture
it goes
porn.
through
Torture porn. There we go.
Sure.
Basically, there is gory shit.
Yes. Well, you know.
So that gives you an idea what the Mummy's going to be like.
Yes. Yes, it does. Can't wait. Can't wait.
Let me ask you guys a question real quickly here. Let me ask you guys a question because I'm getting to start going back to the gym like full time and everything. Okay, so I'm a guy that I have thunder thighs, right?
What?
Yeah, I have thunder thighs. Yeah. It really pisses me off because I chew up at least 4 pairs of pants a year.
4 pairs? What are you doing in those things?
Hey, the thighs like the rub. Hey, so here's the question though. Should I just go ahead and lean into that and just go ahead and like quadzilla and hammy the man these motherfuckers out, or should I at least try to like do something about them?
It depends on what kind of pants you want to wear or rip.
At this point, I'll just go back to the trend that everybody was doing 7 years ago. I'll just go right back to skinnies.
Everyone knows it's about the spandex pants now, the yoga pants.
It already looks like I'm carrying summer sausages, in the legs of my pants anyway. So I mean, should I embrace it?
I had to stop wearing, because I used to wear like bootcut jeans because I thought they looked cool back in the day.
They used to look cool.
And I had to stop wearing them because my calves were getting so big that they would be tight in the part that like went in.
I had that problem too. And it's very embarrassing. It's very embarrassing when you need to get out of your pants fast for a reason. You can't because they're caught around your damn calves.
Yeah, what if I have to poop?
Oh my God. Why are y'all texting me? Y'all know it's podcast time. Why are y'all doing this?
Because they know. Mm-hmm. They know. Anyways, let's talk about some video games. We play them sometimes.
We don't want to continue talking about Quadzilla?
No.
Okay.
I'm past it.
Quadzilla was a video game.
Maybe I'm feeling myself because I was down 14 pounds for like a week and a half.
I mean, yeah, I would be too. I mean, I felt good because I forgot to eat dinner for 3 days in a row and I lost like 7 pounds. So
how'd you forget?
Dude, I work late and then I put my kids to bed and then I came down here to do stuff and then I just forgot.
I find that I forget to eat a lot because like, Corey, you and I both are functioning adults that perform Adderall now. And I notice I forget to eat a lot whenever I take Adderall.
Yeah. I have also like not drank as much caffeine on the Adderall, which is like, I mean, it's fine, but also like
maybe that's my thing, right? Because okay, so like I'm guaranteed, and yeah, welcome to another snippet of Boss Rush After Dark, where we will relaunch that show eventually. But yeah, I definitely take my stimmies, on days that I have like loaded things going on. So like the days I have my weekly business meeting, I'll usually take one in the morning when I get up, so like that. But then I also, like, on my way to that meeting, I always stop somewhere and get like a 24-ounce coffee loaded up with sugar, of course. And yeah. And I think now I'm not starting to understand why, like, even if I take my Addy at like 6 a.m, why I wind up finding myself unable to get to sleep until like 3 a.m. I had the hardest time, like when it was bedtime, and I just lay in the bed.
Yep. Bedtime.
Yeah.
Bedtime is the best time.
Yeah. Amphetamines and caffeine. Hell of a wonder combination.
You were going to say hell of a drug, weren't you?
I was. Rick James, bitch.
Jeez.
Oh, wait. Hold on. That's definitely more than 5 minutes. Yeah, we're good.
It's something. So,
wow. You know what? Ever since you asked me about this shirt, I've just been checking myself out in this shirt, and hot damn,
shocking. LeRon's looking at himself, guys. Everybody take 5 minutes and let him gaze.
This is almost as good as the mirror. Hey.
Speaking of gaze, did you like that video I sent you last night?
I hate you so much. You saw my response where I was like, how rude. With a winky face. How rude.
I don't know, it made me laugh.
I'm like, dude, did you have to run all the way to tell me that? Did you have to run so fast? Like, I'd have still been here by the time you got ready to tell me the message, but still.
Oh, it was so good.
If you want to know what Corey and I'm talking about, like slide into one of our DMs and we'll send it to you.
It was pretty funny though.
It was. I was like, how rude. And then I immediately sent it to like 4 other friends I knew.
You should have seen the other one I was going to send you, but then I ended up not sending it to you.
Send it. Like
I'm going to send it now. Actually,
we're way past the sexual harassment phase, man. As a matter of fact, like we would be well past fired at this point. Like they'd be like, yeah, like you're fired. We're sending you to jail, and you both have in the same cell.
I'm going to send it to you right now. I want your live reactions to this, LeRon.
Okay.
As you can see, there's. We just kind of just don't know what to talk about. Oh, there we go.
Wait. Is this what? Wait.
You gotta mute it though, because there's some words on there that probably shouldn't be said on the. Just mute yourself. Huh. Do you want me to send it to you too, Pat?
My phone's all the way at the other side of the room.
Okay,
it's charging right now.
Okay, first of all, I follow this person. I love everything they do.
There, Pat, you can watch it when we're done. I send it to you.
Okay. Cool. Then I'll start the inside joke.
Did you? Hold on. Okay. Shut up, phone. All right. That same creator, right? I know, Corey, you have a hard time with pop music and stuff like that. But do you remember that song "Touch It"? Because that creator did a video with that song, and it's just as messy as you think it is. I'll find it and send it to you. Yeah, but I love that creator. So yeah, like I'm always titillated whenever I see that person. Emphasis on tit.
Jeez. Oh, we're terrible people.
No.
Much are terrible.
No. How are we terrible when people on the internet do it?
Because we're sharing it and giving them the
Hey, we're helping them be monetized.
You're enabling it, okay? You're enablers.
Trust me. Trust me. If they did,
might as well be grooming.
If they did not want the monetization on it, they would not be putting it out there for us. Because guess what? I would monetize myself just like that.
I mean,
just like that.
He's not wrong. So.
By the way, I am not drinking beer. This is liquid death water, still water. So the non-carbonated one.
Side tangent. I'm working on something right now unrelated to this podcast, and I love when you ask for a high resolution headshot of someone, and they send you a 192 by 192. It's like I could have just gone to your LinkedIn page and got a higher resolution image,
bruh.
So that's my
bruh. If you're not sending 2560 by 2560, are you even living right?
No, dude. I would take 1,000 by 1,000 at this point. Like, just
1,000 by 1,000 isn't even HD.
I don't care.
As you are just saying numbers for the sake of saying numbers. I know it.
Hey, get on our level, nerd.
I mean, our YouTube thumbnails are only 1280 by 720 anyway.
Exactly, I know, right? Why does YouTube ratio us? But then they make all this money off of our content. Hold on.
It's called return on investment, LeRon.
Let me stop before the Google overlords strike us. Let me stop.
Anyway.
We love you, Google and YouTube. We love you.
Yes. Google.
Please bring back Stadia.
I mean, did you see they extended their controller Bluetooth thing again?
Oh.
Probably because they just don't. They're just like, it's a waste of time to pay somebody to go in and turn this off. We're just not going
to. Yeah. Weren't we about to start talking about video games we've been playing or something like that?
Yeah, but you brought up Stadia, so that ends the video game conversation.
Well, none of us in here played Stadia, so like it definitely wasn't the game we were playing.
The sad thing is I actually kind of liked the design of that controller. It looked really clean and nice.
Same here. I'm not talking shit about the controller. I'm not.
If I was a PC gamer, I would have got one. I'm just saying.
It's not too late.
It's too late to buy them.
It's not too late to be a PC gamer.
It isn't. Yes, it is.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Too late.
No, it's
not. Too late. It's too late. RAM costs a lot.
To turn back now.
How much does a Stadia controller cost on eBay? Let's see. Brand new Stadia. Whoops, not Staffia. Stadia. Staffia sounds like the new STD medication.
Wait, what? I was thinking like Staff.
Not bad. Brand new Stadia controller with Chromecast, $27.
See, it's not too late, Corey. It's not too late.
That's a pretty good deal. That's even a good deal on a Chromecast.
I thought. Wait, didn't it just discontinue Chromecast like 3 weeks ago?
I don't know, dude. I don't know anything about Google except that they present at work events. So
you have Google Fi, right?
No,
I thought you did.
No.
Okay.
No, man. I have Fairlawn Gig. So suck it.
Not
so my upload speeds are terrible.
Not tonight.
I didn't mean right now. Later. Podcasting.
Are you initiating the video chat tonight, or am I?
I don't know. We'll see if I charge my phone or not.
Make sure you keep the lights on this time, dude. I don't know what was wrong with you last time.
That's why the lights were off. There's a lot wrong with me. Anyways, I am beginning on what I've been playing because I finally finished a video game. It's technically my second
game this year. Oh,
technically it's my second one, but I started the other one last year and I finished the game on New Year's Day. Does that count?
Yeah, it does.
So I beat the Fire Emblem Path of Radiance game for the Nintendo GameCube system, which is how Nintendo would tell you what the game and system it is called for. Because apparently they don't want people to get confused that the game is a system and the system is a game or something of that nature. Who knows?
I am now very confused.
Is this where Microsoft got it from?
I don't know. Dude, I don't pay attention to Microsoft anymore. I'm boycotting Microsoft.
How can you boycott something that's boycotted itself?
I mean, they're just helping me, man. They're leading the charge for me.
They're like, not like that, like this.
Dude, I seriously haven't turned my Xbox on except like one time to update Destiny, and that was it. Like I barely played Destiny because I was like, oh yeah, it's Destiny and it's not in a great spot right now. And the Star Wars expansion is not good. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah. You keep emphasizing that.
Also, they delayed their next in-game update, not even an expansion or season, in-game update because Marathon's coming out that same week. It's like, okay.
Marathon's price point is $40, right?
Yep.
Okay.
It's $40 for the standard edition. I think the deluxe edition is $50 and the collector's edition is $180.
Yo, they're doing
that sexy statue and that sexy box that changes.
They're doing things to that game because after that last scandal, I didn't think that game was coming out until 2028.
I know. Their art director resigned though. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I mean, I knew it was coming, but
I knew it was coming too.
But
because the one guy they want to fall on their sword didn't fall on it hard enough apparently.
Well, the one guy that they wanted to fall on the sword got fired a long time ago.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Like,
and is still in a like massive lawsuit with Bungie, apparently.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because they're like, yeah, well, it was this guy, and then people started looking. I was like, he hasn't been on y'all's payroll for like 2 years.
Yeah. So
Scandal.
That's also happening.
Scandal after scandal.
Just remember, right now, all of Activision's problems come from Bobby Kotick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, apparently the rumor is that they are in negotiations with Luke Smith to come back and kind of reboot Destiny with a Destiny 3, according to the internet.
Is Luke Smith an all-star for Destiny? Was he?
Dude, he's like.
Did he launch Destiny 1.0?
2. He was he designed Vault of Glass, which was the very first raid in Destiny, and then he went on to be the franchise director until I guess the final shape, and then he mysteriously no longer worked at the company anymore with no reason or anything. And,
he didn't leave a breadcrumb or anything?
No.
Wow.
It was like when all those people got laid off and Pete Parsons took that big bonus and bought a bunch of cars or whatever.
Oh, okay.
It was during that era.
It's all relative.
It's something. But
that's funny that you guys assume there's going to be a Destiny 3. We all know that in our current video game landscape, the second Marathon comes out, they're going to lay off at least 3/4 of their staff, regardless of whether or not it's successful.
Well,
go ahead, Corey.
Man, I didn't know I was going to talk about Destiny tonight.
You didn't?
No.
I'm fucking with you.
I've kind of been avoiding Destiny, but it's fine. I don't know, man. The player count is at an all-time low. Like this latest expansion was the weakest launch of any expansion ever in the history of Destiny. And yeah, I mean, I know Steam numbers aren't everything, but the Steam count is also the lowest it's ever been.
Where's it at right now?
I don't know what it's at right at this current moment.
You know, well, I can look it up real quick. It's just Destiny 2, right?
Yeah.
Destiny 2 concurrent players, Steam concurrent player count. Let's see, Steam charts is as of 29 minutes ago 11,651. The 24-hour peak was 12,674, and the all-time peak for anyone that cares about that is 316,651. Let's compare that to my game that I'm playing, Monster Hunter Wilds. Like Destiny is behind Monster Hunter. 14,448 players right now with a 24-hour peak of 24,709. That's practically double what Destiny has done in the last 24 hours. And the all-time peak was 1,384,608. Damn, like Destiny should have been like, I'm not gonna say maybe in the 1 millions, but shit, Destiny should have been in like 750,000, you know?
Yeah, it's also contrary to popular belief, Destiny is still much bigger on console than it is on PC.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, okay. Well, that does take into account because Monster Hunter's flipped. It's bigger on PC than it is on consoles.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't really care either way, but like people like to make that kind of, they like to point that out. So, anyways, I haven't been playing Destiny. I've been playing Fire Emblem, Path of Radiance, and I finished it last night at 2:00 in the morning because I started the final battle at 10:30. I'm like, I'm going to finish it, and then I restarted it twice.
Bestie, we were both up at 2 a.m. playing video games because, like I said, I could not go to sleep last night. So yeah, I was playing my game that I'm going to talk about in a second.
I really enjoyed it. I thought, I played it back when it came out on the GameCube. Well, not right when it came out, but when it was, used there was 4 or 5 copies used at every single GameStop for $24.99.
It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird about that game too, because I remember that game did have a high trade-in value, high trade-in rate when I was working at GameStop, and it didn't make any sense because like the two Fire Emblems on Game Boy Advance, like you never saw them pre-owned on shelves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Path of Radiant, dude, there was like 3 to 5 on every single GameStop I ever went into had like 3 to 5 of them.
Yeah, well, let me ask you this, because I know you played those GBA Fire Emblem games.
I haven't.
You never played?
I've never played them.
Dude,
I'm going back. The first Fire Emblem I ever played was Awakening, and I haven't played anything before Awakening.
Awakening was on Switch, right? 3DS.
No, 3DS. It was the first 3DS game.
Oh, that's right. I didn't play that one. One because
no, that was a DS one. I thought.
No, Shadow Dragon was the DS one. Awakening is the 3DS one.
I didn't play any of the DS ones because like I was just getting the memo that brand new Nintendo games do not drop in price.
Mm-hmm.
And I was disgusted. I was like, this game's been out for 3 years. Why is it still $40? Yeah. Wow. It's funny it's funny the hills I die on sometimes. Why is this game still $40? We got $80 fucking games coming out the gate now.
So like my whole thing is like I want to go back and play the older ones now, just because I have never played them, and now now's as good a time as ever to go back and play them, since they're all very cheap to buy.
Yeah, and in this economy right now, the backlog is the best way to play games.
Yeah, but the Game Boy Advance ones are on NSO, and I've never played them, so I think I'm going to play them at some point. I want to play them next, but like I don't want to burn myself out on Fire Emblem. I was just talking to Pat about this before we started.
in the first Fire Emblem game, my boy Urk, he's the man.
We're missing the Game Boy Advance. There's 3 Game Boy Advance games, but there's only 2.
Yeah, there's only 2. There's only 2 that ever came out.
What the Binding Blade is the one that's not out here.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, and I wonder if they'll ever bring that over here, just because they do bring Japanese games over here a lot.
They do. They slap a nice little outrageous price tag on them, and then they make them disappear after a certain amount of time.
No, they're on NSO.
Not the
Japanese ones. Japanese games are on NSO. They released the NES version for like 6 months for $7.
Yeah,
and then took it off. Yeah, but I don't care about that. Shadow Dragon exists, which is a remake of the first one.
Is that true? Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Then that's the one. Then that's the one I need to hunt down and play. Then
that's the one on DS. It's like I looked at it on eBay. It's not terribly priced. It's like $65 complete in box, which is like not terrible for a DS game that's not called Mario. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I like the characters. I think it tells a really cool story without force feeding you. I feel like if it came out today, the quote unquote anti-woke mob would be out with pitchforks. But because it's a story about slavery and racism and like hostile takeovers and
there it is.
Unruly king, essentially.
Oh yeah, that game would get along just fine in this political climate.
So it's less Persona anime than Three Houses, and even Engaged to an extent, but I really liked it. I think Ike is a cool character, like watching his growth through the game of like going from this kind of shitty kid who wants to be part of this mercenary team that his dad kind of runs, and then him kind of, growing into the role of commander and becoming more mature throughout the story. Although he does say some snarky things that, commanders probably wouldn't say, but still fun. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I was so like meticulous in making sure nobody died and killing every enemy in every battle that like I went into to the final battle with like, I think you can have like 15 characters in your final battle party or whatever. And I had 12 of them at max level.
Now you've given me this conundrum because I never beat Three Houses, and now I'm like, man, Advance Wars, Fire Emblem, or Monster Hunter Stories 2? I don't know.
But yeah, even with 12 maxed out characters,
it's like I'm not stepping in that one at all.
I know where we're going with that. I just want to get my thought out, and then we can talk about anything you want, LeRon. I just it's very rare that I get to say that I beat a video game on this podcast.
That is true. That is true.
Yep.
But it's cool because one of the characters I had, you could call in reinforcements, so like I could have 6 extra characters on the field, which was cool. And then halfway through the final battle, you can call in another reinforcement. And I was like, oh, cool, nice. So it's funny, at the very beginning of the battle, they're like, I expect many casualties. I beat the final level with no deaths. So
casualties for them. You know what? I'm glad you and I are the same when it comes to Fire Emblem games. If I lose a character on the field, I reset that board.
Yeah, and so like I was playing through, and like the first like 5 or 6 hours I was playing it, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm just kind of going through the motions or whatever of Fire Emblem, because NSO has a rewind feature, and I was like, oh, if anybody dies, I'll just rewind it. GameCube is the only one that doesn't have a rewind feature.
That's kind of bullshit.
Well, because all the buttons are used, because the GameCube controller is like a normal controller.
Oh, okay.
I thought the GameCube one was specifically supposed to have a rewind feature.
It just has the suspend function, so you can like create suspend states, but no rewind. So after like the first 6 hours, I had to start over because I lost a character. So that was fun. That was cool. So yeah, my in-game clock says 31 hours and 32 minutes, but my GameCube app says 55 hours or more. So yeah, that's what I've been playing. I'm very happy that I finished it because I don't know, it's just one of those things where Pat and Stoy were talking about backlog stuff on Gamescast, which I think that's the episode coming out next, or maybe it's the one that came out last.
It came out recently.
Dude, I edited 6 episodes of stuff this weekend, so I don't know which one it was. But it's coming out soon, if it's not out already. If you're a patron, it is out now, for sure. So you can go listen to that now. But I was... I'm just really into like clearing out some games I've been wanting to play in the backlog and not buying new games because they'll just sit on the shelf. And LeRon, like you said, Nintendo games never go down in price, so they'll still be $70 when I want to play it.
No, I know. Like, what? Let me ask a serious question. Should I exercise, like, you know, just get it as quickly as it comes out, and then just move on?
Depends on the franchise.
Or should I buy it when I'm ready to play it, given that it's never going to like drop in price anyway?
See, it depends on the franchise, because Zelda is Zelda, and those games, they're going to print, 50 million units of that thing, right?
Yeah.
And so that'll be around forever. But you get something like, now, I would used to say Fire Emblem, but like, something, we'll say Astral Chain, right? Like, good luck trying to find a copy of Astral Chain for MSRP right now.
Yeah. Like right now, the only game series from Nintendo I'm guaranteed to buy day one is Metroid, and it breaks my heart that Metroid Prime 4 like came the way it did.
That's what she said.
It's not that bad of a game.
It's not that good of a game.
It doesn't do anything special. It's
just
Metroid.
I basically followed like the whole development. Well, once the game was in my hand and I started playing, I was like, okay, what the hell happened here? So I understand the history of the game. I understand why we got what we got, and we should be happy that we got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At this point, for me, like day one purchases it's only like Zelda and Fire Emblem at this point for me now. I'm just, Fortune's Weave comes out later this year, and I'm sure we'll get some sort of Zelda release because it is an anniversary of Zelda two Zelda things, actually. The franchise and Twilight Princess 20-year anniversary, Nintendo, in case you forgot. In case you forgot, the best 3D Zelda game.
So we're saying that it took them 10 years to make that Twilight Princess remaster that we keep asking for.
And they did remaster it for Wii U.
Yeah,
it's already done.
How long?
They just gotta save file, save.
How long ago?
They just have to click. They have to take the file and say file save as .switch.exe, and there you go. Put it on a cartridge.
I'm just saying, it's been rumored ever since the Switch came out that they were going to port it to the Switch.
Well, you know what they're going to do, right? They're going to put those games out for Switch 1, and then they'll get the Galaxy treatment of be like, but if you play it on Switch 2, it'll be 4K something. I don't know. The orange hand that sticks out of Midna's head will move better. I don't know. Anyways,
Nick's asking if we're gonna try the replace demo. I don't
even know what replaced is.
I tried to answer him in the actual stream chat here as myself, but for whatever reason, it didn't show up in our stream chat.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
There. Put it on screen.
I was like, not sure, maybe.
What is replaced? I don't even know what that is. Do I know what that is?
That's Cyberpunk.
The Cyberpunk ripoff?
Metroidvania. What?
No,
looking forward to replace for a very long time.
Oh, that one.
Unfortunately, it's a PC only title, or the demo is PC only. So
I'm not going to play it.
Yeah.
No. Nope. Also, by the way, speaking of PC, did you see the Steam Deck sold out?
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to put out the Steam Deck 2.
The Steam Deck sold out because I think the community is speaking about how they feel about our topic from last week. Or
I think they're going to put out the Steam Deck 2. LeRon. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Okay. Maybe you might be onto something. I was about to say I'll believe it when I see it, but maybe you might be onto something now. Will I get it? I don't know. I don't think so.
Maybe I will. Then I'll PC game with you, LeRon. Except for multiplayer games, because apparently you can't play multiplayer games on Steam Deck.
Yeah, because anti-cheats.
Yep. So, I've also been playing a Fire Emblem Heroes on my mobile device because it's the 9th anniversary event. It's also the spring swimsuit event, which is weird because it's February and it's ice cold outside, and it's just a weird event to have going on in February, but whatever. But yeah, it's still Fire Emblem Heroes, still really good, actually, still fun. I actually really did like the campaign part of that game quite a bit. So that's it for me. I bought some new toys. I did do that. I bought some
more toys for the Corey.
I bought some Ninja Turtles. I bought some Power Rangers, and I bought some Amiibo. There's actually an Amiibo out in my mailbox right now. I forgot to go get before I sat down for this podcast. It's a Fire Emblem Amiibo. It's Roy.
We are no longer producing the Steam Deck LCD 256GB model. Once sold out, it will no longer be available. Okay, so now it's
that.
So now
it's that. They stopped producing that a long time ago.
Oh, has it been? So yeah. So they've completely sold through their stock now?
I guess. I knew they stopped the 256. They're still producing the 512 and the 1 terabyte, I think, though. But
it's been a while since I checked up. It's been a while since I checked up on Steam Deck.
Yeah, I like to check because sometimes they're on sale.
Yeah,
and if they're like under 400, I would buy one, but not the 256 one because it doesn't have like the glare glass or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So, and the 512 and the 1 terabytes too. And then I also want an OLED model because once you go OLED, you can't go back.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I play indie games on my Switch 1 because it's an OLED and it looks nicer. But then I'm like, oh, this is stinky Switch 1. Gross. Then I go back to Switch 2. Because I can play GameCube games on my Switch 2. Oh, somebody saved me. LeRon, what are you playing?
Basically same as last week. Definitely pumping more and more time in the Front Mission 3. Like I feel like I'm really on track to beat this game, and I'm only playing through one scenario. Like it's a 2 scenario game. So technically, like this game, if you wind up playing it the way most people should play it, you wind up spending 70 hours in this game. I don't have time for that. I'm going to beat one scenario and I'm moving on. I did download the trial version for Monster Hunter Stories 3, Twisted Reflection. I definitely cannot wait to turn that on. But yeah, like like I said earlier, now I have this conundrum. Like, because I'm kind of in a tactical RPG phase right now. So do I do Advance Wars 1-2 Reboot Camp, or do I do Fire Emblem 3 Houses? Because I never beat that.
Well, here's the thing. Do you want good tactics game, or do you want like all the flirtation and the sexy characters and the tea parties and everything?
I kind of want a good tactics game. I know. Yeah, 3 Houses, it does feel like a dating sim at certain points.
I will say, hot take here. Fire Emblem Engage, if you want a good tactics gameplay, like a Fire Emblem game that it's strictly pure gameplay without
all that interaction.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I will say, although the Somniel stuff gets a little long in the tooth, but like
isn't Engage the one where basically like I think the player base didn't really like that one.
Yeah, because they wanted more 3 Houses, I think. I actually
it's in the shadow of 3 Houses. Okay.
So the thing is I actually played it when it came out. I'm like, man, I could really go for some 3 Houses. I waited. Well, I played it last year. Mm-hmm. When did it come out? 2023, right? It came out in 2023.
Yeah,
I think. So I played it last year after a good chunk of time away and playing the mobile game, and like I was like, you know what? I'm going to give Engage another shot. And I actually think I like Engage more, especially from a gameplay perspective, than 3 Houses. I think 3 Houses characters are more memorable just because they're all most of them are new. Whereas Engage, it's like a celebration of the history of the franchise. I mean, there's new characters in there, but you know, the emblems are all from previous games. But I think from a gameplay perspective, I like Engage much better. And the DLC was really hard and good. So
in the stream chat right now, Nick just asked us, was any of us playing Mugenics? Like that game just came out today, right? Yeah, I think it did. It did.
What? In the stream chat?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, stream chat isn't updating. I had to actually look. I had to actually look in real time on YouTube. Yeah.
The last one I have here is from him is if we played the Replace demo.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, like, why does my thing have a question mark box on it?
I don't know.
We are.
You asked the question.
It doesn't matter. We're not gonna use StreamYard soon anyway. So it's
okay.
Fine.
Okay. Yeah. So Nick, we aren't ignoring you. It's more like we are being shielded from you.
Yeah.
That sounded wrong.
StreamYard doesn't like you. The duck in the corner of the screen doesn't like you. The weird duck with the headphones.
Yeah. So I'm having a lot of fun with Front Mission 3 Remake, and I am on the internet, and man, everybody's just like trashing this game because, you know, like they use AI generated assets, you know, for this stuff. I'm like, it doesn't even bother me. That's the crazy part, you know. Like I had to literally like tell somebody in one of the forums. I was like, you need to be happy that you can play this game on a modern console that you own, because like it'd be stuck in the purgatory of the PS1 library that nothing's backwards fucking compatible for.
Yep.
Front Mission 3 only got re-released one time on PlayStation Network back when we all had PSPs. So guess what? If you still don't, and guess what? You can't even go, if you still have your PSP, you can't even go play that shit because that side of the store is down. So why are y'all bitching? I I think the game. I think honestly, the graphical assets in the game are fine. I think the little tweaks they did to the dialogue are fine. The online system in the game is. I never liked it in the original game, so like what they tried to do to revamp it in this game, like I give them some applause for. But I never liked it in the original game. I felt like it was way too over the top, stuff like that. The fact that your characters no longer look like 3D stick models, when they're in and outside their mechs. Like, okay, for example, right? Sometimes like every pilot can actually eject themselves out of their mech. Usually what you want to do with that is you want to if you want to steal a mech that's abandoned, like you eject from your mech and you get in that mech, but that also leaves your mech abandoned, so like a random pilot can jump in your shit. But back in the day though, on PS1, your characters didn't look like your characters at all. They look like super deformed versions of The Sims, except really skinny. And at least now when your pilot is outside the mech, you can tell. Oh, that's actually that character. They put some time and effort into making that character look like that character, and stuff like that. So I don't understand. Now there are some purists out there, and I get it. There's some purists. They didn't want the original soundtrack touch, which is weird because you can choose which version of soundtrack you want. Most people, I guess, these people are just lazy. Once you start the game, you can't just switch the soundtrack. And in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with the modernized soundtrack. It still sounds like the same Front Mission 3 music, stuff like that. Some of the battle noises have changed and stuff like that. I don't care. Like the machine guns still sound like machine guns in my opinion. They don't sound like the machine guns from the original game. I don't care. Like they are like when your skills activate and stuff like that, the sounds for that's changed. But you know what? I'm a little nostalgic, but at the same time, it's all fucking good. I don't care. This is the problem I'm starting to have with the video game community. Like we love our game so much that we cannot stand when like 1% of the game is different. We can't stand it. And that's not a problem. That's not a problem we as gamers should have, because like we are looking at a video games recession. We're looking at video games recession on quite a few different fronts. Games are getting outpriced and they're shitty. That's one. Games are being overpriced and they're really shitty. That's one. That number two, we have a hardware crisis going on. Now, yeah, the consoles don't have to worry about it too much. PC side has to worry about it right now. But guess what? Back when COVID, everybody was bitching, I can't find an Xbox, I can't find a PlayStation. And Nintendo's like, hi, I don't want you. And number three, there's a lack of originality going on. So you know what? When a company takes the time and actually does a decent job of remaking or remastering a game, we should be celebrating it.
Well, that's part of the problem I think that Horizon is finding itself in at the moment, because they just revealed that multiplayer game.
Yeah, well, the main thing about it, the problem with that Horizon game, in my opinion, is I feel like it loses the identity of Horizon. I like that it's in that world, but like number one, it's all like cartoony.
It's stylized. I saw a lot of, and this is the thought I had as soon as they showed it. Remember the Monster Hunter clone Dauntless? I'm sure you played it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's what it reminded me of at first. I was like, this is clearly going to be a Monster Hunter style game, but that's kind of like Dauntless.
That's kind of what we wanted. Yeah, like
here's the thing. Mm-hmm. As someone who wanted to go to school for animation and did for like a hot second, and then still pays attention to that industry somewhat, and also all of us being into the games industry, making a big multiplayer game like this, and this is partially why World of Warcraft still looks like it does. The chat just like the entire chat popped.
The chat just caught up.
Yeah. And it's part of the reason why World of Warcraft still looks the way it does, right? Yeah. It's because that art style is easier to maintain on a console that's probably going to be on for a decade if it takes off. And so like updating, like the file sizes are smaller. There's not a lot of texture detail, right? Like it's all stylized for a reason. And that reason is because they want this game to keep going. it's the reason why Fortnite looks like it does and PUBG still runs like crap 10 years later, right? Like, I mean, part of the reason, right? Yeah, obviously Epic's, different than.
Here's the only thing I'm gonna say about the difference between Fortnite and PUBG. PUBG took itself way too seriously when it needed to be like making sure the assets were strong.
Yes, the game took itself way too seriously when you landed on an island with a frying pan on your face and a I don't know. To be fair, I played a lot of PUBG when it came out. I really liked that game a lot.
You look like you look like a PUBG player, and that's I'm not being offensive when I say it. You look like PUBG's demographic. Okay, maybe now that was mean, but you look like they're
that's fine. I've been called worse today. But
I'm not being mean. It just came out mean. I'm sorry.
What I don't even remember what we were talking about now. Horizon,
right? Yeah.
And then people started comparing it to Fortnite, and I'm like, it doesn't really look like Fortnite. Yeah,
it does not.
Like, just because it's cartoony doesn't mean it's Fortnite. Mm-hmm. But like, I think we can all agree that Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West are some of the best looking games maybe ever, right? That Decima engine does wonders for environments and characters and everything, right? And so like seeing this style seems like, okay, well, I guess it's differentiating itself from the mainline games because we're still getting Horizon 3, right? Like it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I have mixed opinions. I think it looks neat, but like I think the one thing that kills it too is like it doesn't have a character creator.
Yeah,
you have to pick one of these characters.
You have to pick a preset character. Yeah, I think that's one of the things that they're most vocal, that the community is most vocal about, and I get that.
Mm-hmm. If I'm going to play a multiplayer game, I want to make my own character, right?
Exactly.
Like even as bad as Destiny's character creator is, like I still got to create a character in Destiny, right?
Yeah.
So, or Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter has the best character creator, maybe ever. I would say ever. Mm-hmm. I think Monster Hunter World had a great one, and then Wilds.
Wilds makes Monster Hunter World look like your kid brother like drew it on crayon.
Yeah, it's crazy how good that character creator is.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but yeah, Front Mission 3. Like, I will have some words about the Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection trial next week on the show, stuff like that. I'm definitely amped up about it, and based off of everything I've seen, Tokuda, a couple days ago, like there was a Monster Hunter dev brief just for with Ryozo, for Monster Hunter, for the producer of Monster Hunter, came out and talked about it. They are currently working on the expansion for Monster Hunter Wilds, and it is going to be on the same scale as Iceborne was for Monster Hunter World.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Man, yeah. I need to play that game again. I wanted to like it.
Mm-hmm. Which one?
Monster Hunter Wilds.
Dude, play with me.
I wanted to like it so much.
What didn't you like? Well, I mean, we can.
The controls are bad. That was my whole issue.
Right. That's right.
I can get over the 30 frames sometimes, frames a second, thing, right? Whatever. But like, it's the controls, man.
Okay.
Let me remap the controls.
You win some, you lose some. Pat,
I would that would have been a game. That would have been a game I would have been sucked into if I could customize controls. I think.
You're playing on console, because I guarantee you're playing on PC. You could do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I mean, sorry. It is what it is. Pat, are you ready? Is he frozen?
I don't know.
What?
I was like, are you ready? It's your turn.
Oh. Okay, cool.
He zoned out. We were talking about Monster Hunter and Destiny, and he heard those words together, and he's like, oh.
He's like, it's no longer my show.
It forced me into a factory reset.
Taking a nap.
Well, I've been playing some games based off the Nintendo Partner Direct from last week. They showed a couple sequels video games coming out, and so I decided I should probably try to finish some of the original ones before the sequels come out. So one of the ones that they showed was Kyoto Xanadu, which is made by the producers of the Trails series and the E series, Famicom, or not Famicom, Falcom. And they also have a series called the Xanadu series, and they came out with one called Tokyo Xanadu, and then this was back for the Vita, I believe, and then they ported it to the PS4 and called it Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus, and then they did one more kind of up-res of it for the Switch, which they also just called EX Plus. And anyways, what this game is, it's essentially a Trails game. Like, it looks just like a Trails game. It plays just like a Trails game, or for the most part, it's made by the people who did the Trails series. So you have this style of game, but it's also like very reminiscent of Persona. In the sense that you are...
Sorry, what's it called again?
This is called Tokyo Xanadu. So you are a student in high school, and this other world is kind of creeping into the real world. And so in this other world, you unlock special powers, which only you and other teenagers from school have the ability to fight. So, yeah, it's Persona, but it's Persona in a Trails of series, style.
Nice.
There are things you can do, such as tackle side quests in it and build up your stats, such as courage and wisdom and valor. Doing things like answering questions correct, reading books, doing your side quests, or finishing dungeons within a certain amount of time and getting some good scores of that. What sets this apart differently from the Trails series is that the game is actually action combat based, and you kind of run through a lab at this fast pace. You can switch between the characters who have different elemental abilities, so it's almost like a mix of the Ease combat with the Trails of Dungeon, and then the Trails of like gameplay. I've only played a little bit of it, but it's pretty interesting so far. And from what I understand, this is actually very different from how the rest of the Xanadu series works. Because Kyoto Xanadu, when it comes out, is actually going to be a Metroidvania with like anime, with kind of that anime style cutscenes, but also has like more of an action-based boss system where it goes into like 3D. And then apparently that's more traditional Xanadu, is the Metroidvania style. What's interesting is this Xanadu series came out, or is like an offshoot of like one of the most original RPGs called Dragon Slayer. And Dragon Slayer was what inspired so many other RPGs to come out, after it. Games such as Dragon Warrior was very inspired by Dragon Slayer. And so Dragon Slayer ended up like branching off and creating like these other branches that lead to the Trails of series and also the Xanadu series. It's got a very long lineage. So it's kind of cool.
I vaguely remember Dragon Slayer. I vaguely remember it.
Yeah. I had to kind of like fall down the rabbit hole just to understand. Like, Xanadu was like the second Dragon Slayer. It was called Dragon Slayer Xanadu. And it was that's kind of then spawned off the Xanadu series, and then another Dragon Slayer series kind of spawned off the Legend of Heroes series, which then spawned off the Trails of series. It's kind of fun to research just like how, I guess, involved Falcom was in the making of the RPG series or just RPGs in general.
Mm-hmm. This almost sounds like just the snaky windy thing is like how Nier, the first Nier, is a random timeline sequel to the third Drakengard game, and one of the endings to Drakengard.
False endings, yep.
Yeah. This is like, oh, okay, sure.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, the deep history you can go on. It'd get our friend Block Games very interested for sure. But other than that, I also picked up a game. I bought it. I bought Tokyo Xanadu like a year or two ago and just never got to it until now because I saw the direct and I'm like, okay, I really should get into this now. But this one I did pick up. My first game this entire month, Paranormicite. But I got it for $5. So
ooh, nice.
Yeah.
How'd you pull that off?
It was it's on sale. It's currently on sale on the eShop, but I don't know if it'll be on sale by the time this gets recorded. Originally, I think this is a $20 game.
That's why you should watch live, everybody.
Yep.
Wednesday night.
If you're watching live, check it out right now. $5 on the eShop. It's called Paranormicite: The 7 Mysteries of Honjo. I want to say Han, but there's no way. It's Honjo. Honjo. Anyways, this also had a sequel that was promoted on the recent Partner Direct. I believe it is called Paranormicite, and let me scroll down and releases here because it comes out on the 19th. Paranormicite and the Mermaid's Curse.
Where they sing to you and they drown you and eat you, right? That's what that is.
I think it's involved. I think the story behind the Mermaid's Curse is you're this kid and you're on this dive, and all of a sudden he sees another version of himself diving as well, or a dead version of himself under the water, and that just sets off this whole weird mystery. Anyways, Paranormicite is a horror visual novel. It's mostly you point and click and you talk to people and you look at things, and it's got a lot of horror elements that it's about these urban legends that take place in this section of town, and each one of these legends kind of has a curse behind it, and these curses end up choosing curse bearers. And so now it's almost like a killing game where these curse bearers have to go out during the night and kill either just regular people, which will only give and absorb their souls, and that only gives them just a very tiny bit, or to kill other curse bearers, which would then give them a lot of souls. And the purpose of gathering these souls is that once you've fully filled up your curse stone, it allows you to perform the rite of resurrection and bring someone back from the dead. This story is told through multiple perspectives. It is definitely in the vein of a choose your own adventure, where if you choose to do the wrong thing, you will end up dead. But luckily, then you can restart, at very generous points to, choose the correct option. Other things that are interesting is that you have to kind of progress through the different characters to learn aspects that will help another character progress through their story. So, and then at the end, I think there's supposed to be several different endings that you can get, and then I think one true ending once you tie all the stories all together. But it's a very creepy story. I will definitely say that. The curses that the stories that the curses are involved are about are kind of creepy, and then seeing the curses take their form in like this. It takes the form of a spirit that kind of floats around, and those spirits are also very creepy looking too. But so far, the story's been pretty good. I've for $5, I'm definitely getting my money's worth out of this game.
Yeah, $5, that's a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even if you don't like it, like $5, it's $5. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Visual novel games typically are with like 10 to 20 hour range. So $5 for like a 10 to 20 hour game is definitely worth your money.
Yeah. Cool. Nice. Yep. Well, what else are you playing, Pat? Anything else?
I beat the Escape from Ever After, the Paper Mario Club.
Oh yeah, how was that?
That was an amazing game. I loved it.
That's the game. You said it's like Paper Mario, right? It is like
exactly Paper Mario.
Oh man, I kind of want to play it.
Everything is Paper Mario in that game.
I put it on my wish list. I want to play it. Like that is a game on my list that I'm like I want to play that. After you talked about it, I guess it was last week, right? You talked about it here.
Yep.
So,
yeah. No, the gameplay is strictly Paper Mario. You the different kind of you use different strategies to fight bad guys depending on like what they're holding, whether they're holding shields, what direction their swords are pointing. You know, because if the swords are pointing up and you try to jump on them, it hurts you. If their swords are pointing sideways and you try to run up to them, they hurt you. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, you have your button prompts that allow you to power up your attacks, power up your defenses. But if you're not very good at those, you can also have the option to turn those off and just have the game, automatically do it for you.
Yeah.
So there are options in the game to make the game as easy or as hard as you want it to be.
Yeah. Cool. I want to play that. Like, oh man. Yeah, maybe I'll play that next.
Yeah, it's got some good, in the corporate. If you love a good corporate world, this game is gonna, tickle that little jargon for you. The jargon that comes around the corporate side.
You like a good corporate world.
A good corporate world, something that you can circle back around and put a pin on it. Talk about projections and quotas and downsizing and budget cuts and stuff. I'm not good. It's spoiled. I was curious to talk about the final level, but the jokes are kind of spoilery in that, anyways. But it's fun.
It's fine.
Yeah. Let's just say a lot of budget cuts changed the layout of that world.
Well, cool. Yeah, that one's one I'm like really excited to play. Speaking of excited to play, I'm excited to play something new. And our topic tonight is something that you guys have talked about on Gamescast by managing your backlog and kind of going through your backlog and that sort of thing. But I want to know, when you are looking in your backlog and you see the games infinitely stacking up, how do you choose a game and not be paralyzed by the choice? Because that's something that I have a problem with, is like,
I have this
choice paralysis.
Yeah, I have that problem.
Which is why, LeRon, I think you and I keep going back to Destiny and Monster
Hunter. Yeah.
Because I don't know what to play. I'll play this.
It's our cozy games. Those are our cozy games for sure. Like it's part of our. It's okay. So cozy anything, like, so for some people, for gamers it's cozy games. For other people, it's like they'll read the same book they've read like 50,000 times, like, again, stuff like that. Some people have TV shows or movies that they always watch like once a month, or whatnot, and stuff like that. Everybody has this cozy thing because, like, like, we have certain mindsets, and like, it resets our sympathetic nervous system,
Mm-hmm.
like, so that's cozy and comfort games are like that for us. But all that being said, we're talking about backlog games, and And I want to go first because I feel like I have a ginormous backlog. I do. And the sad part is like I probably would have had a very good retirement savings if I didn't just buy these games, on a hair trigger, on a whim. Like now when I buy games and they're added to my backlog, 9 times out of 10 is because I found them on a deep discount sale, particularly on Steam, So I don't mind. Oh, I spent $7 for this game. I don't mind. The fact that that's in my backlog because I did not spend $50, $60, $70, $80, $90 for that game. At that time. Stuff like that. But yeah, I sometimes I don't trust myself to actually give my backlog an honest look and be able to say this is the game. Our viewers and listeners tonight for this show alone, you've seen me wring my hands 3 different times about what should I play next, even though there is a brand new freaking game coming that is coming out in a month that's in my wheelhouse, and I'm going to get it day one.
What game's that, LeRon?
Monster Hunter Stories 3.
Sounds like you should play Monster Hunter Stories 1 and 2.
Well, I'm not playing 1 again. I beat one back on when it was on 3DS. I'm not playing that game again. Nothing's wrong with that game, but the stylistic jump that they took from Monster Hunter Stories 1 to 2 is kind of like how we transitioned from Monster Hunter 4 for Monster Hunter Generations to Monster Hunter World. I can't go back. I can't go back at this point. Yeah. So that's what that is. Let me see here. So yeah, I think basically kind of what I do. And here's the sad part. Sometimes I will pick a game out of my backlog, start playing it, and then the new shiny thing comes along, and the game goes right back to the backlog. I have quintessential gamer ADD. If I'm not trying to play every brand new thing that's out there, I'll play a game to a certain point, and I was like, okay, I've kind of had my fill, or I need to take a break from this game. I move on to another game. If you need to take a break from a game, and it's not because you dislike the game or you hate the game or whatnot, you need to take a break from a game. That means your attention span is just way too short. And take it from a guy who's in therapy. That means your attention span is too short. I personally cannot give you the fix for that. This is why I'm in therapy. But yeah. So all that
could just be the game also just never caught you. I mean when we had a talk with Daryl from Daryl Talks Games on our backlog episode of the Games Cast, it's kind of important that you just the end goal is you want to have fun. And I think that's kind of what prevents a lot of us from maybe attempting different games out of our backlog is, we feel like if we try to pick up a game, we have to see ourselves through it. But if you're not having fun with the game, it is okay to put it down and, pick up something else.
Yeah.
I think as cool as it is to say I completed all these games, if you guys get bored with something, don't beat yourself up because you can't complete the game. You're going to end up hating or finding yourself just getting bored with games in general if you do it that way.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. Don't play a game to the detriment of your love of video games. Honestly, don't do anything to the detriment of harming your hobby. Don't do that because it takes a long time for people to pick up a new hobby, after they've abandoned a hobby that they loved or, cherished for so long. It takes people a long time to pick up a hobby and not just pick it up, but also to get back to that same love and joy that the previous hobby had for them, but at this point, I've gotten resentment now towards it. So yeah, yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I think also especially with all these online services now, like PlayStation Network or what is it, PlayStation Game Catalog or Xbox Game Pass or PC Game Pass or whatever. On my Xbox, when I turn my Xbox on and I go to all games or whatever, there's like 900 and something games in there,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's all between like all the games with gold games that I've collected over the last, whatever, 15 years or so, all the Game Pass Ultimate games, all the games that I've purchased, all the games that, developers have graciously given us over time. Like, I mean, how I can never buy another game as long as I live and never finish that catalog of games, right? Like, It's insane. It's crazy. Or like when I go into NSO and there's like 200 retro games just sitting there waiting for a new play or more, right? Like, it's like, oh my gosh, how do I choose, And I've kind of been looking at how I've been going about it now is like I'm looking at the franchises that I like and picking the games that I haven't played in those franchises, right? Like I have a list of Zelda games that I haven't finished. I have a list of Fire Emblem games I've never played or finished. We were talking about Golden Sun before we started recording. Like I've never played those. I kind of want to play those, and so I've just kind of been going through that sort of list and just, saying, oh, well, I haven't played these games in this series. Maybe I'll give that a shot. Mario games specifically, like I've never finished Galaxy and I never played Galaxy 2. Mostly because Galaxy gave me a headache from all the turning and shifting.
Same.
All that. Also, I'm not like a huge 3D Mario guy, but I still like should probably play those considering Powbox going to hit its 500th episode this year.
I picked up Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 like collection, and I'm gonna give them an honest try. I feel like I'm gonna have a better time playing them on handheld than I did back when they were on just like the Wii, and having that big ass television screen, and the physics of the game just fucking with my equilibrium.
Yeah.
I will say they did a good job with the controls for the Galaxy Switch version, or the Switch, the dual pack. It works. It works nicely without having that sensor bar there anymore.
Did they do anything new for Galaxy?
They added 30 new Rosalina pages.
Okay,
I don't really know what that means, but I don't know if you collect those or what, but you
must.
There's
a storybook that Rosalina reads from the game, and I guess there's more chapters in it now.
I bought the physical book that they sold. It was like $25. I read it to my kids. It's down there on my shelf somewhere. I think it's this one. Whoops. Somewhere over there. It's fine. Oh, Pat, I forgot to show you something. I'll show you after.
What?
Show you after.
Okay. To go to your problem, though, Corey, it sounds like if you were to play the Mario Galaxy games, you might not be enjoying yourself. So maybe that wouldn't be like the games that you would pick for your backlog.
Yeah.
Now, I really like the idea of, going back and playing through the series that, you haven't played the games for yet, such as those Zelda games or the Fire Emblem games that you haven't reached. Obviously right now you have a huge interest in Fire Emblem, and while you just finished one now, and I would definitely suggest take a small break so you don't get the burnout, maybe move on to a Zelda game that you haven't played, play that, and then, if you don't finish it, move on to Fire Emblem if you're still kind of craving that. You don't necessarily need to stick to one thing, all the time. Just whatever you're like feeling, just go with it. Like, it doesn't really have to be that big of a decision. You can just be like, okay, I'm going with this, pop it in, play it, even if it's just for a day, and then you needed to play something else.
Yeah, the nice thing about NSO is like it has a lot of the games that, like, for example, I never owned a Super Nintendo, and so like I've maybe beaten like 2 Super Nintendo games in my entire life. So like that whole catalog is just wide open for me to play. And like I've never finished any of the 2D Zelda games except for Link's Awakening. So like, that 2D Zelda game itch, like after I got that itch after I finished Link's Awakening on Switch, and played Echoes of Wisdom. And I was like, oh, I kind of should probably go back to those older 2D games and like try to play through them just from like a history perspective, essentially. I mean, I've made it noted that I think I do like the 3D games more than the 2D games, but I think that's just because I never really gave the 2D games a shot because of, it's that weird point where like N64 obviously was like, oh, 3D graphics, this is amazing. And like going backwards was like not cool at the time. I was like, I don't want to do this. And then I just never went back. And every time I thought about it, I'm like, man, now I got to find a Super Nintendo. Now I got to find a cartridge. Now I got to find but NSO, man, I have the right controllers. They're all sitting right there waiting for me to play.
It's just so sad that they're just not doing a better rollout of stuff on NSO. Like, I mean, they were doing okay for a while, and then they got stagnant. And like, what's happening?
Well, because they're not putting third-party games on there, and Nintendo only has so many first-party games. That's why they're adding GameCube and what looks like Wii soon, if you want to believe such things.
Yeah. So basically, they're moving fast. They're just not moving correctly, I guess.
Well, I mean, you think about it though, like everything up to GameCube has been out for 7-8 years, I mean, that's a long time to be spreading games out.
Yeah.
And I think they put out games twice a month on the service. So and sometimes it's like 2 or 3 games at a time. They just released those Game Boy games last week, Balloon Kid and Yoshi on Game Boy. But yeah, like I was like, man, I wonder what games I could add to this. But like, you look at NES, for example, you're not going to add the Mega Man Legacy Collection or anything. You're not going to add the Mega Man games because the Legacy Collection exists and Capcom wants to make money off of that, obviously. Or like, you're not going to add the Castlevania games because Konami wants to make money off that collection. Like a lot of the third-party games that Nintendo's known for are in collections of their own at some point.
Okay, so basically we're looking at chicken and the egg syndrome here.
Yeah, I think the Ninja Gaiden games are on NSO, which was like a weird pull. Let me see. Let me open the NES app here.
I know the arcade classic thing or whatever. I don't know which one of the many arcade classics, but the second Ninja Gaiden game just came out.
Yeah, the console archives. Hamsters, you know how they're doing that arcade archives? They're doing a console archives now. It's to get some of these games on other consoles, I think, though, because like obviously Ninja Gaiden is on NSO, but like it's not available anywhere else. And Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2 are on NSO. I guess I didn't know that. Oh my gosh, there are so many NES games. Holy cow. Why are there so many? That's not important. Who cares? So yeah, I mean, my point is like these third parties want to make money off of these, right? Like the Ninja Turtles collection would have been a big one, right? Yeah. But like, oh, well, we'll just sell that in a collection for $40 and people will buy it. Which, spoilers, I bought it when it came out. But man, those Game Boy.
We don't blame you. We don't blame you.
Those Game Boy Ninja Turtles games, man. The third one is a Metroidvania, which is crazy. Because like you just think of like side scrollers or beat 'em ups, and then you play that third one on Game Boy, and it's like a straight up Metroid game. But
I played the second one a lot. Was that called Back from the Sewers or
the second one? I forget what the second one's called. Fall of the Foot Clan is the first one, which is the one that I played a lot and still have. I have the inserts and the cartridge and the case, but not the box. Like, wow.
Yep, the second one was called Back from the Sewers. I played that one a lot.
Yeah, I wish I would have played more of that, but like, I mean, I was little at the time. I didn't have any money. I had no idea there were more than one, you know? They need to do a better job catering to children. Ninja Turtles, Game Boy. Well, any backlog games you're specifically eyeing at the moment?
I told myself I was going to work through the Trails series just because we're finally caught up here in America.
That was a resolution. That was a resolution you had, right?
Yep. I already beat one of them, the Trails into Reverie. So now I think since I'm doing Tokyo Xanadu, maybe that could be considered a Trails game. Not really. I think I'm going to jump to doing the Sky one next. Even though that trilogy's being remade, and then do the Daybreak. Which,
yeah, they just announced that second remake, right?
Yeah, they announced the second one. There should still be the third. The third one was a black sheep, just because it was loosely tied off of the first and second one, but it was kind of like a different story with like a different main character. But they still call it a Sky, and I think they said they will make all of them, and then I don't know what they plan on doing after that. But I need to catch up on that series.
Maybe they'll bring that character in somehow. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how that story rolls out, obviously.
No, that character is actually in the latest one again.
Oh.
Yeah. It started a priest named Kevin with like green hair. And so he's one of the three main characters that you can choose from in Beyond the Horizon.
Man, a priest named Kevin with green hair.
Yep.
That's some church or whatever.
Honestly, I kind of am doing what you suggested, Corey, and like I'm playing games from like if there's a series that has like a game coming out, I seem to be putting a lot more focus on those and like trying to catch up on some of those series. But otherwise, it's just I'm just kind of playing whatever's in the mood. If I want something, a platformer, I'll see what I have that I haven't quite beat yet, and I'll pop it in. Will it stick? I don't know. But I'm just kind of, I just kind of want to focus on that now. Even though there's a bunch of new stuff coming out that I'm like kind of getting hyped on.
Yeah, I've been trying to stay away from the new stuff just because I don't want to be excited for things that I know I'm not going to have time or money to play, except for Fire Emblem. But also, I'm staying away from Fire Emblem because I want to be surprised, and I want to know, because man, that trailer like totally teased something. And
it teased a direct relationship to Three Houses is what it teased.
Because LeRon wants to play Three Houses.
It's not a spoiler. Everyone saw that.
I know.
You saw the girl with the green hair, and you knew exactly who she was.
Yeah.
I mean, the throne also gave it away. I mean, that throne. Yeah. I mean, like, she looks different. She's clearly like a little bit older or whatever, but like the throne is what gives it away. 1,000%.
Yeah. Also, I need to save money because I have a Europe trip that I'm going to be doing at the end of the year, and it just keeps getting bigger each time I talk to my traveling companion about that. It was originally just going to be Scotland, then it became Scotland and London, and then she suggested Iceland, and then while we were talking about it, we realized we could take a train to Paris from London. So we got like 4 countries we're already visiting.
It's quite the travel.
Yeah. We're going to need money for that.
Nah. Not at this exchange rate. Man, you can go there for pennies. Just take them some condiments to London. You'll get everything for free. Because, look, when vinegar is the condiment you use to improve your food.
Jesus Christ.
Just saying, dude. Come on.
Oh my God.
I mean, just saying, dude. Vinegar improves their food. So,
I mean, you're not lying. You're not lying.
Well,
before we veer into like some really like outrageous territory here, let's move on.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, LeRon, what games we should be looking out for this week.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, this is the new segment for the Boss Rush podcast. Normally it'd be a lot earlier, but we've just been on a roll just talking about everything tonight. But as a service to everybody out there that's listening and or watching the show, like here are the games that we picked to look out for this week. Today is February the 11th. That's the time it's recording. And yesterday, 2 games came out that definitely everyone should put on their radar. The first one being Relooted. The synopsis breakdowns goes like this: a crew, a job, a plan. Toss those ingredients together, and you've got yourself a classic heist, but with a few twists. Your crew members are everyday citizens from different countries in Africa with pretty normal careers. The job is to liberate African artifacts from Western museums, and the plan, well, that's up to you to create. Near the end of the 21st century, the political powers that be brokered a transatlantic returns treaty promising the reparations of African artifacts from museums. Good old-fashioned diplomacy was working until it wasn't. An amendment switched up the terms and the conditions of which the objects were to be returned. Museums, now knowing that only publicly displayed artifacts would be given back, were slowly removing the artifacts from public display. Relooted is available for PC and Xbox Series X for $14.99. It is. I've seen some of the previews of the game. It actually looks pretty good. I like heist type deals and stuff like that. And like if you're one of those people that love multitasking in games, this is probably the route to go for you. $15, you can't go wrong. It's graphically impressive. It's got pretty good dialogue and voice acting. So yeah, give it a try. Also that came out yesterday was a game called Mugenics that our boy Nick was talking about earlier in our chat. Mugenics, you level up your team as you venture further and further from your home, collecting unique items, defeating epic bosses, gain mutations, and return home so you can breed and further your bloodline. If you did not know already, this is a cat game. So yeah, there you go. This is a cat game. But
this is a cat game made by Edmund McMillan, the famous guy behind The Binding of Isaac.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, Matthew Keel is going to cry.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So prepare yourself for shenanigans. This turn-based legacy roguelike, which I know right there, Corey is like, I'm not playing this game. Cats and roguelike, it's a done deal.
Just come on.
It's also a strat RPG.
Yep, a draft sim. Yep. Yeah. Currently, Mugenics is only available on PC via Steam right now. It's $29.99, but up right now there's an introductory discount of $3, so you can get it for $26.99 through February 24th. Oh yeah. Steam does this a lot. You know, you can get like a slight discount on your games and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah, Switch does that a lot too for third party and indie games.
All right, so. For all you Suda51 and Grasshopper Manufacturer fans out there, today Romeo is a Dead Man released on Series X, PlayStation 5, and PC. This is the latest game from Grasshopper Manufacturer, who was famous for the Killer 7 game as well as the No More Heroes series. It's described as a super bloody action, crazy twists and turns to blow players' minds, and a whole mess of kind of stereotypical gimmicks, all rolled into one wild ride. Our hero, Romeo Stargazer, is a man stuck between life and death. You play as Romeo, who's an FBI space-time special agent, dead man, that's in quotes, and sporting a rad mask called the Dead Gear. He must hunt space-time's most wanted fugitives through multiple universes, swapping between guns and swords, using his enemy's own powers against them, and to absolutely annihilate the evil hordes in this peak example of full-on bloody action, featuring ridiculously clever level design, in which you will be jumping back and forth between the real world, and subspace. Actually, hold on. I read that wrong. The Real World Subspace. That's how it's titled in the game. And as well, and the White Hot Battle is cathartic enough to collapse the universe itself. As I said, available for Series X, PlayStation 5, and PC right now. It's $49.99 US dollars. But you can save $5 on it on Steam through February 17th. So there you go. Save some money. On the 12th, we've got a state of play coming up for PlayStation. So, yep, the first one for 2026. Tune into this live event Thursday for 60 plus minutes of news, gameplay updates, and announcements from game studios across the globe. The state of play will spotlight eye-catching third-party and indie games head to PS5, along with the latest from teams at PlayStation Studios. Broadcast starts live February 12th at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. You can catch it on YouTube and the Twitch and the PlayStation Twitch channels. And it'll be broadcast in English with Japanese subtitles where you need them. All right. February 12th rounds off our week of notable releases. First up is a little game called Mario Tennis Fever for the Switch 2. Hit the court for explosive action in the latest Mario Tennis game. Join Mario and friends for over-the-top tennis mayhem. Use topspins, slices, lobs, and other familiar shots, along with other fancy footwork and new defensive maneuvers to outpace your opponents on the court. Keep a rally going. Build up your fever gauge and unleash powerful fever shots that can be augmented with special effects by equipping fever rackets. Wow, there's a lot going on here. Freeze the court with an ice racket. Summon mushrooms that shrink opponents with the mini mushroom racket. Duplicate yourself with the shadow racket. Hello, Bowser Jr. and more. Mix and match 30 different fever rackets with 38 playable characters, the most in the series history so far, to find a strategy that works for you. It's available on Switch 2 starting on February the 12th for $69.99 US dollars. And rounding everything out, also on the Switch, as well as coming to Series X, PS4 and 5, and the PC, is Yakuza Kiwami 3 and the Dark Ties. This game originally debuted on PlayStation 3 back in 2009 as Yakuza 3. So it's returning, revitalized with cutting-edge technology. Remake or remaster, we don't know. This evolved edition brings Okinawa to life, featuring more intense battles, added cutscenes that bring depth to the story, and mini games chock full of replay value. Kiryu's back in the brawl, continuing to fight to protect those he holds dear. But this title also includes Dark Ties, which stars Yoshitaka Mine, Kiryu's adversary. In this expansion of the title, you follow Mine on his journey from working as a venture company's founder to becoming a full-fledged Yakuza member. After losing everything, Mine sets off in an attempt to form the connection that will fill the void in his heart. Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties is releasing standard editions $59.99 US dollars, with a digital deluxe edition for $74.99. There you have it. I'm
going to throw two more titles on here that you might want to also add.
Okay.
On the 13th, we have Reanimal, which is made by the guys who did Little Nightmares 1 and 2. This is a very similar vein. I will read the description here. The original creators of Little Nightmares and Little Nightmares 2 have returned to take you on a more terrifying journey than ever before. In this co-op horror adventure game, you play as a brother and sister who go through hell to rescue their missing friends. Exploring by boat and on land, you must use your wit to survive, working together to escape a hellish island and the dark secrets that haunt you. In this unsettling tale, the emphasis is on tension and thick atmosphere. As you join the two orphans on a desperate search for hope and redemption in the direst of circumstances, traverse an intriguing but terrifying world where the main path is only one part of the fragmented story. Discover all sorts of mysteries, locations on your perilous journey, each with its own story to tell. And then we also have High on Life 2.
Oh, how did I miss that one? How did I miss that one? Wow, I suck at this.
Who's looking forward to High on Life 2?
Story.
But yeah.
You've done it. You have taken down an intergalactic cartel, brought humanity back from the brink of extinction, and hunted dangerous bounties to the far corners of the galaxy. Bounty hunting has brought you fortune, fame, and love. But when a mysterious figure from your past reappears and puts a price on your sister's head, your cushy life gets thrown into chaos. Do you have what it takes to risk it all and bring down an intergalactic conspiracy that once again threatens your favorite species? Humans! High on Life returns as you and your beloved ragtag team of alien misfits shoot, stab, and skate your way through gorgeous, dangerous worlds all across the galaxy to blow up the evil pharmaceutical conglomerate hell-bent on putting price tags on human life. Basically, it's a first-person shooter by the people who were associated with Rick and Morty before Justin Roiland got kicked out, and it features talking guns.
Yep, I cannot believe that game got a sequel.
I can.
Well, it did.
I mean, I know
it's there's definitely a big demographic of people that this game is their flavor.
Yeah, I mean, I know it was like at one point it was like the highest downloaded game on Game Pass that wasn't made by Microsoft at one point, but I mean, man, crazy. Well, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I think we did it.
Mm-hmm.
We did it. It's that magical time where we say goodbye.
The witching hour.
Well, isn't that like 3 a.m. or something? I don't know.
I think it is. I
don't know.
That's how much I know about.
When all the drunks go home because they can't stay where they were.
It's true. Anyways, thank you so much for watching and or listening to this episode of the Boss Rush Podcast. You can support us over on Patreon, patreon.com/BossRush Network. LeRon, Pat, thank you for your time as always tonight. Miss you guys.
I'll make sure to wear another tight shirt for next week's podcast. I'll make sure to do that.
No shirts allowed next week.
Because ooh.
I mean, I can go with the tank top.
Actually, wait. Haven't you gotten some more ink? Did you get any ink over the holiday?
Yeah, I did. I've gotten a couple more sessions.
Okay, I know you got some before Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I've had 2 sessions since. It's we're getting close to being done. I think it's got at least maybe 2, if not 3 sessions left before it's completed.
All right, Corey. So we're coming back to the podcast next week to objectify Patrick. So Pat, you get ready.
Mm-hmm.
That's
all
fine.
right.
Get ready, Pat.
I won't be peeling by then, hopefully.
I need you to have your tank top and your pitcher of ice cold water or beer or beverage to pour all over it.
Got it. I was just gonna rub the pitcher all over me, but you know.
I mean, whatever gets LeRon excited.
That's right. I want to see you shake it. Let's go home. Let's go home. We already are home. We are home.
Yep.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. Remember to like, subscribe, share, rate, and review wherever you listen. And we'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
So long.
Bye.
If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRush Network. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Francisco Santillan, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., and Fitzpatrick. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.